We have some major changes when it comes to Xbox Live Gold and all of the free games you get every single month. We also have some changes to Bethesda and Xbox responding to this crunch allegations that's going around with ZeniMax and everything being developed by Fallout 76 and all the developers there. Let's get into everything that's being talked about because there's some major changes coming to Xbox and we all should be paying attention to what's happening. So let's get right into it. Alright, so you know the drill. If you like the content, hit that subscribe button and that like button. And if you want to be notified on future content, hit that small little bell icon. And if you want to go that extra mile to support the channel, hit that join button. All the support is greatly appreciated. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about has to be Xbox Live Gold. Now, I know a lot of people are talking about this, and I know people think that Xbox Live Gold should be put away with. But one of the things that people always damage control is the games with gold games you get every single month. Now, as someone that has looked at these games for the past, 2 years now, these are not games that are worthy of the price tag that they're giving us. Now, I know most people would say, hey, they're free games, so it doesn't matter. But they aren't free games. You're paying every single month for games with gold by buying the Xbox Live Gold membership every single month. So, what I have to say is, why are we getting all these small games when they should be concentrating on Game Pass and putting even more high quality games on there? At this point, Xbox Live Gold is looking like it's going to be folded away and just kind of put in and migrated with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. And in fact, Xbox is changing what games they are going to provide us every single month by exiling and not putting any Xbox 360 games on there. Let's look at what is being said by Xbox themselves. Hello, beginning October 1st, 2022, the monthly games provided to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and Xbox Live Gold members via Games with Gold will no longer include Xbox 360 titles. We have reached the limit of our ability to bring Xbox 360 games to the catalog. However, Games with Gold will continue to include exciting Xbox One titles and exclusive savings each month. This will not impact any Xbox 360 games that you downloaded before October 2022. Any Xbox 360 titles that you redeem via Games with Gold before that time are yours to keep on your Xbox account, regardless of whether you continue your subscription. Thank you for being a loyal member, Team Xbox. Alright. So the first thing I have to say is that it's pretty cool that all the games that you got before you downloaded with Games with Gold or games that you even own are going to stay on your account. That's something that I think a lot of people were stressed about and they thought, hey, they might take some of the games away, but that's not going to happen. Xbox is never going to do that, at least for the foreseen future. Phil Spencer has always talked about, hey, we want to respect your purchase. We want to make sure that games that you bought are going to be there on your account ready for you to play whenever you want to play, and we don't want you second purchasing games. So that's awesome. I'm glad that's going to happen. But overall, I'm happy that they're going to be taking these games out of the Games with Gold because I don't know about you, I haven't played that many 360 games in the last, year and a half. Sure, I've jumped into a few here and there, but overall, my experience with the back compat was great. I'm kind of moving forward with it. There's a lot of games coming out. There's a lot of new games coming out. Plus, my backlog is just crazy, so I'm kind of working through those. And a lot of games are getting kind of these remasters, and they're coming out for the Xbox One or the Xbox Series X and PC that I'm just going to jump into. And most of the games that are going out into Games with Gold haven't been that exciting either way. So I'm glad that they're going to be taking some of these Xbox Game Pass Ultimate games and taking away the 360 versions of these and maybe giving us better games from the Xbox One generation, because there's a lot of games in that generation that we probably haven't seen, and it's great if they pad that out. Now the question becomes, how many games are they going to give us every single month? Are they going to stick to the 4 games every month and make them Xbox One games and Xbox Series X games? Or are they going to adjust how they work these things through? No matter what it is, it's a big change to Xbox Live Gold, and it's also another indication that they're going to be moving toward Xbox Game Pass Ultimate being the ultimate subscription that you need for Xbox Live, which I want to switch over and kind of change gears now. We have Bethesda. That's right, Bethesda. You know, the big people that make Elder Scrolls and Fallout and all those. We have allegations that they have been doing a lot of crunch, and Fallout 76's development was plagued with crunch, mismanagement, and a bunch of other things that Xbox actually respond to. Here's what's being reported. Early in June 2022, a report revealed that during the development of Fallout 76, the team at Bethesda experienced a great deal of pressure to continue coming into work overtime, with low hourly pay and little incentive to do so. According to the report, this constant pressure on the development team is one of the reasons that Fallout 76 launched in such a broken state, with fans of the series heavily criticizing the game. Now, I know what most people are thinking. Fallout 76 was a disaster, and to be honest, it was. Now, I know for the last several years they've kind of fixed it. I know Todd Howard has kind of made it his personal project to go there and see what they can do to help fix that game and make it a better game for people to play. And overall, they've done pretty good at that. They've brought out a lot of DLC, they've fixed a lot of the bugs, and they brought even NPCs and storylines. There's a lot of stuff in Fallout 76 that I'm sure a lot of people in the community are enjoying. But that crunch part, that beginning when this game launched, was devastating to Bethesda. I know the game didn't launch all that well, it didn't make a lot of money, and so far, they're still trying to fix it and put patches into it. But that doesn't change the fact that Bethesda, from what this is being reported, had a lot of crunch. Now, if anybody knows, Xbox and Microsoft, especially Microsoft, doesn't want any crunch across any of their developers, across any of the industry that they own. So anybody that's a part of the Xbox or Microsoft umbrella should not have crunch a part of their studio and make it a vital part of their development cycle. And it's something that Matt Booty talks about, saying, hey, we shouldn't be criticizing because this was the standard in the industry, and Xbox is trying to change that. Here's what it said. Now, head of Xbox Game Studios Matt Booty has responded to the report in via a QA when he was asked to address it. Booty began by stating that Xbox took all reports of crunch culture seriously, before adding that the report and a lot of articles like it tend to look backwards, sometimes pretty far back in time. He then went on to say that crunch is something developers used to wear like a badge of honor. Booty confirms that he doesn't justify crunch, but he does explain that it was a part of the industry. Crunch was just part of the industry, he said. It was part of the culture of the industry. I literally slept under my desk early in my career. As much as crunch culture was a part of the gaming industry's past, it still seems fairly prevalent in its present as well. Neil Druckmann of Naughty Dog Studios has previously said crunch culture has no solution, meaning that stories like that of Fallout 76's development could happen again. And that's something I have to advocate against. I do not like crunch. I don't think it's a great, healthy way to make a game. And I also think that it helps skew how you're going to scale your game and how it's going to put pressure on leadership to actually scale something and give reports in a timely manner. Instead, they lean on the developers and say, hey, get this done as fast as possible. You better come in early and make this done, or stay late to get this part of the game done, instead of scaling and understanding, hey, maybe this can't be done in a month. Maybe this can't be done in 2 months. Maybe we need a little bit more time, ask for a little bit more money, and bam, you're going to get it done. Or you can hire more people to integrate into your team and make them assimilate with what you're doing as a culture, instead of pressuring the people that are making your game already. Now, I know a lot of people don't like hearing that. I know a lot of people don't like hearing about the crunch and all that, but it has fallen a lot of games. You look at Battlefield 2042, that game came out and there's some reports that the development cycle was all bad. You look at Cyberpunk 2077, one of the biggest culprits of this, had a terrible development cycle and crunch for multiple months. And one of the biggest ones I remember is Anthem. That had a crunch cycle of, I think, like 18 months or something. So people were going hard, having anxiety attacks, and it just wasn't a healthy work environment. Now, as somebody that is a software developer, has worked in the industry within tech for a very long time, I don't like crunch. My company doesn't do crunch. Nobody that I work with enjoys crunch. It's not a badge of honor. It's almost a necessity for some people to do it, but overall, people try to come and help those people that are struggling. We don't want somebody to just go work under their desk for 48 hours. That's not how things get done. You try to help each other. It's a team effort so people can have a good work-life balance. And that's something that I think Microsoft is going to do for a very long time. They do not want that to happen. And I'm sure Microsoft and Xbox is looking into Bethesda. I'm sure they're making sure that nobody does anything that's crunch related, because that's going to hurt them in the long run. It's going to give them bad press. That's why Xbox is hiring so many people. That's why Activision Blizzard just bought a new studio. It's why they're trying to get more people to come into the industry so they can make crunch a thing of the past. And this is what else is being reported from the article. Alongside his comments about the gaming industry's past, Booty also said that currently overtime should only be kept to personal excitement and passion for a project, rather than it being mandatory to finish work on a given title. He also stated that crunch could take place without his knowledge, but that employees could trust in the Xbox internal process. It seems that some trust is being built between employees and developers in more recent times, as multiple studios have delayed games or changed them to avoid crunch. Upcoming titles like the new Witcher game have been stated to not have crunch, though some are waiting to see if there's any truth in these statements. And that's the best thing you could do. If something's going on where management is trying to make you crunch or doing something you're uncomfortable with, you report it, you talk about it, you bring it up to people in HR or some of your coworkers so you can say, hey, are you dealing with this also? That's the whole point of this. I understand that it's a long road ahead of us. I understand that people need to open up about how their work environment is, and I'm okay with that. I don't care if people start complaining like, oh, I do this much at my work. It's like, that's fine, that's you. But overall, so far in crunch, people don't want to do that. They don't want to work 90-hour weeks or 80-hour weeks on a game. Now, I do have to admit that the passion and excitement of a project can make people work longer, and if you're voluntarily doing that, awesome. That's great. I've done that before at my job where something needed to be done and I really enjoyed what I was doing and I knew it made a difference for not only me and the coworkers, but the company in general that I enjoy working for. I'd stayed a few hours extra and got things done. It wasn't pressure. They actually told me not to do it, but I did it anyways, and I didn't expect anything in return because I enjoy what I do and I wanted to get it done for the people I work with because they treat me well. That I understand, but it shouldn't be something that is expected. It shouldn't be something that is forced upon and as a badge of honor or some sort like that. But overall, there's a lot of changes happening at Xbox. They're going to look into Bethesda, they're going to look into crunch, and they're going to hire so many developers, so crunch is not here anymore. But let me know what you think. Are you excited to see what's happening with Xbox Live Gold and how they're not going to put any more 360 games in there? Do you think that Xbox Live Gold is going to be something of the past and they're going to just integrate Xbox Game Pass Ultimate? Or do you think that Xbox Live Gold is going to get doubled down on and they're going to keep it just for the consoles? Overall, I just want Game Pass and they should get rid of Gold in general. And what do you think about this crunch situation at Bethesda and Xbox? Do you think Xbox is going to take this serious? Are we going to see more reports of crunch from Bethesda? And what other developers are going to try to stop crunch from happening? And what can we do as gamers to not pressure developers to make even more games at a faster pace? Go down below and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button to support us out the channel more than you know. And give me a follow on Twitter at Zalker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my latest videos. Plus, I love interacting with everyone there, so get on Twitter and let's talk about gaming. Also, follow me on Xbox Live. My gamer tag is Zalker87, just like my channel name. See what games I'm playing, and let's compete in achievements for the month. So right now, I'm just playing a lot of games. I've been jumping into golfing with friends. I've been playing a lot of Fall Guys, and mostly, I've been playing a lot of Scarlet Nexus, the game that's on Game Pass. It's a JRPG. I have never really played any JRPGs. Sure, I've dabbled in them here and there, but right now I'm diving deep into it. I think I'm about 5 or 6 hours into the game. I'm actually enjoying it. I think the combat is very tight. It's a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying the story for what it is. So far, so good. I bought a couple other games on the Steam sale that I'm jumping into that I'm enjoying, like Grim Dawn. That was like $4. Trust me, check it out. It's like a Diablo-esque game, and that game is just brutal. Plus, I beat Assassin's Creed Valhalla, having a lot of fun with that, and I'm probably going to jump into Ragnarok a little bit later. I need a break from Valhalla. That's why I'm jumping into Scarlet Nexus, and I'm going to jump into all my multiplayer games like I usually do, like Counter-Strike and Apex Legends. I just love playing a bunch of games. Oh, and I beat Outriders, the whole World Slayer. I enjoyed that DLC. Man, it was really short, but I jumped through it, beat the end game, got all the achievements, a lot of fun, and I'm probably going to grind up to, I think it's called Ascension Rank 25, so I'll be enjoying that. But let me know what you're playing. Are you playing something on your Xbox, your PS5, or are you playing something on your PC? Let me know down below, because that's what we're here for. It's to talk games. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.